forever.
Yeah, because we're at a Wi-Fi spot right now.
Hello. Good afternoon, Yvette. Hey, we're doing a little cooking here. We're going to have some pork chops
Pork chops
with mojo on it.
with the mojo on it.
And then we got some yellow rice
The yellow rice.
that we will be warming up on the grill. And then we have sweet potatoes, which are good for diabetics.
Diabetical meal for your favorite little Sunday afternoon.
Yes. In other words, we're having a good meal today.
Oh my God. We need a shower too after all this.
That will be something tonight.
Oh yeah, tonight. I'm gonna take a shower out here.
Marlene,
Yes,
Sergeant
dear.
Marlene Wolf, when was that video taken?
Today?
The same
Not
clothes.
that one. No, that one was when you were behind the Walgreens.
Oh, yeah, that was in July.
Yeah, it's July.
Yeah, it was in July.
So that was July 2025, and this is now November 2025. And you and your caregiver, Jose, have been homeless with the voucher for how long?
I actually got the voucher from CRHA in May.
What's CRHA for the listeners who don't know?
Charlottesville
Development,
redevelopment
housing
housing,
authority.
housing authority.
Uh-huh. So let's introduce yourself. Your state your name, your branch of service, um, a little your bio of your service, and then you're a homeless female senior veteran. We want to know. Tell us, introduce yourself to the listening audience.
Yes, my name is Marlene Sue Wolf. Uh, I am 72 years old, and I've been homeless for the last 2 years. And I did get a voucher in May, but I still haven't been able to get a place because one, my credit, and two, they don't want to work with it. They don't want to work with the voucher. So I was in the Army. I was a combat medic, and that is a job I love. Um, so I do miss it. I was in for 15 years until my knees got torn up and they got to be replaced. So that's another thing I have to go through. But at least I have, I go to Walter Reed, which is in Bethesda, Maryland. And they are also working with me to
Yeah,
be able to get my medical retirement. That's one thing they're trying to work with me on. Because once I
I
get
was
my
gone.
medical retirement, I can hopefully have a little bit of extra money to be able to, should we say, be able to get a place. Um,
Yes,
because my Social Security doesn't really do it.
right. So I was gone for a lot of that time. I don't know what happened, but you have been awarded a HUD Vash voucher. You have a two-bedroom voucher in hand that's worth $1,900 to an investor, a landlord, private landlord, to house you with that um, benefit of you being a homeless female, being a homeless veteran. And that's what that housing voucher is for. So, how many units have you applied for?
Um, I have gone to actually, I want to say 6 different units. Actually applied at Westgate, tried to do neighborhood fires, and I have gone to see others, but they just they, in other words, they always wanting to do credit check, which when the fee you're having to pay, they don't make enough money to do it.
Right. I know. And I know towers, I mean, tunnels to towers paid for credit checks to be done, and they came back denied um, when they did it, and then we never heard back from that property management company. And the other 31, the all the private landlords that's on that list that I sent an email to, we heard back from the one who also wanted to do credit check and background check and passed landlord check. So everybody that we've been in contact with since I got on the scene in August, and since you've been homeless since April, have done nothing
Yeah,
but deny and ignore. And people want to
exactly.
know, yeah, and people want to know why we have homeless veterans. Well, why do we have homeless veterans with vouchers in hand that the government has awarded to them for housing, but our community does not know how to house homeless veterans? And this is what I've been preaching about for the past 22 plus years. We have over a million, what is it, a million six realtors. I don't even know. I don't even know how many. I would have to ask Siri or Alexa or Google that shit. Realtors in this country. And as a realtor, we can literally wipe out veterans homelessness, especially for those with vouchers and guaranteed incomes coming from the government supportive services for veteran families, over $900 million. So tell us how you're living right now.
Yeah. Well, I have the tent. Right now, we had to take and put our mattress in the back of our car, in the back of our SUV, because it was starting to be really cold in the tent. So we have put the bed in the back of the SUV. That way we would be warm at night because we can
Yeah, because
always
you got to
crank the
turn on the
truck.
car.
No, no.
Hmm.
Yeah, that too. When we
So
don't
you,
have the money to be able to spend for it to begin with.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So now, how do you, as homeless, um, being homeless, how do you, where do you go bathe? Where do you go and take your showers, your baths?
Well, we have gotten creative. Um, Sometimes we do go over to, if we had money, we would go to a hotel or motel. We have gone to Salvation Army.
My boy Carla take care of me.
Yeah, he takes Carlos that works there. He takes care of us and lets us go in and take a shower. Um, and also, we have done uh, other things, like put on shorts and everything. And like me, I've put on a bathing suit, and we'd go out like where we got the tent now. We would wash off there.
That's the
We
creek.
had gallons of water. No, I mean we would do gallons of water, and we would
Yeah,
pour it over us. But that was when it was warm. Now
yeah.
you have to get really creative because it's colder.
I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing you in the creek with your bathing suit on, bathing.
Yeah. Yeah,
And we're talking, yeah, we're for those of you who have just joined us, um, we're speaking live to Sergeant, uh, former Sergeant Marlene Wolf, United States Army, 72-year-old homeless female veteran with a two-bedroom voucher in hand in Charlottesville, Virginia. Yeah. So I'm going to send out that list, that email again to those 31 private landlords that Tamika sent over to us, and see if we can at least get another one who could say yes, since that's who they're working with. This is ridiculous. And now
it is.
your voucher is being threatened because you haven't found a place to live. But when I asked her this morning, has she been approved for any place?
And she had to answer no.
Exactly. So how are you being choosy for places you haven't even been approved for? But because
Exactly.
you're choosy, but there's nothing to choose from. Nothing's been approved. Every
Hmm.
every credit every credit check has been denied,
Yep.
denied, denied. And there, yeah. So if whoever's listening, my name is Yvette Jones-Swanson. I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, consultant contractor in the GovCon space. And I've been housing homeless veterans over 22 consecutive years. And ain't nothing changed. Until realtors learn how to house veterans with funding sources, then it's not going to happen. Until landlords learn how to house veterans with funding sources, it's not going to change. So that's why I created the U.S. Military Veterans Education Program, because it doesn't
Sure. Yep.
make any sense that we have a homeless veteran with vouchers in hand, and nobody knows how to move. Our jobs as realtors is to move people into properties, and nobody is asking anybody to house former Sergeant Marlene Wolf for free. She has a voucher that's worth $1,901 since April of 2025, and not one realtor knows how to house her. Contact me. Go in my DM and tell me you want to house former Sergeant Marlene, Army veteran with a two-bedroom voucher in hand in Charlottesville, Virginia. Marlene, continue. Just tell the people everything you want them to know about everything. You've got this. You got the stage.
The thing that I really want, I want to get for Jose and myself to be able to be in something to where we will be warm. Um, I want two bedroom. I would like two bath. I would love a gas stove because I like to cook on gas, but I would suffer electric. But I want the gas because it's cheaper to run than electric.
Yes. Yeah, because that
And but one thing I can say is that about Jose with my diabetes, this man has taken care of me every which way but loose. Like when I would go into DKA, he would get rescued. He would even drive me to the hospital and and then they would put me in the hospital. And usually I'm in there for a week at a time and he stays with me. He doesn't leave my side. He stays with me and watches, that when the doctors are working on me and the nurses are working on me, he's there.
yes.
But it's like it would be nice if we actually had a place that I can call home And when it comes down to it, that where I would probably, my diabetes would do better because I would actually be able to eat better. I would be able to sleep better. And so, yeah, I just, if I could be in a home or a townhouse or something like that, that would be great.
So how did you become homeless? How did you become a homeless female senior veteran? Because you had a birthday. You turned 72 since we've been working together.
Yes.
So how did you
Um,
become homeless at 71?
put it this way, a Nigerian freak conned me to sell my house, which I did. It was supposed to be a friend of mine, but found out it wasn't the friend of mine. It was a guy from Nigeria. And so he made it to where I ended up becoming homeless.
Holy Moses.
And see, that home I had was paid for. Uh, it was from money from my late husband with his insurance, and I had that home. It was completely paid for, and it was almost 3 acres of land, and it was down in uh, Brookmeal, and which was south of Lynchburg.
And when
But
did that happen?
that happened in 2021.
And in
January,
2021, after that
January of
happened,
2021.
where did you live after your house was stolen? Damn.
I ended up living in my vehicle with my doggies and my kitty cat
Oh
in,
Lord Jesus. And when
in
did you
my
go to when did you go to the VA for help?
it was a little over a year ago.
And how long did it take them to award you a HUD VASH voucher?
It took them a while to get it done.
And where did you
And
and where did you stay while that voucher was being circumvented?
still in my car at Walmart parking lot in Charlottesville with my
Got it.
doggies and my kitty cat,
Oh my God.
and which now all of them are deceased.
Ah, 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 ah.
I have lost all my kids.
Mm. So let's go back to when you were issued that voucher. When was that?
I got it actually in May is when Tamika gave it to me.
And Tamika is from where?
CRHA,
And what's that? People don't know what that is.
Charlottesville. Um, oh man, my
Housing
brain just
authority.
got. Yeah, it's
This,
Charlottesville, and I can't remember what the R stood for. And
yes.
it's housing authority. Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
It's okay, but it's the Charlottesville, Virginia Housing Authority that issued you your HUD VASH voucher.
Yes.
15, but I gotta back up. That's where he lives now. Okay. And since okay, how can we pressure local agencies to act faster? That's what we need to do now. Advocate, write letters, send letters to Congress. I mean, this is a fight everywhere. Are there safe shelters nearby she can move to temporarily? You want to
No,
answer that question?
Never
no,
been,
there
no,
isn't.
never been approved.
The only places that we had where you could go to and stuff like that, you
That's all approved stuff.
the
Speaking to
Salvation.
the hold on. Speaking to the microphone one at a time so we can allow people to hear and to understand.
Hola, buenos dias, mantequilla.
Okay, the one thing is we have done is gone to Salvation Army, but actually after them having the mold and mildew problem there, which I'm allergic to, it's one of those that really I don't want to go back in there. I'm afraid to go in there. And even when I went in there to get the shower, and even Jose, he smelled the same thing. You can smell that there's something in the air that is not good for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he when he was working at the hotel, he got sent home from work because he was sick because of the mold and mildew.
Yeah. So that answered the questions about the we in the veterans community, and we're talking about veterans specifically. In the veterans community, we need all types of housing, all types of housing, all types of investors and realtors to learn. I'm a realtor. I've been a realtor specializing in homeless housing veterans, homeless veterans for over 22 consecutive years and housed over 5,000 homeless veterans in the city of Chicago, surrounding suburb, and some even nationwide. And this problem has been in existence since I've been housing homeless veterans. This is the first time I've ever brought anybody on live in all of these years. This is the first year that I've ever done this. I've been able to hold it down here in Chicago because I've trained, I don't know, a couple thousands of investors how to work effectively with homeless veterans. And I've trained 3 teams of realtors how to work effectively with homeless veterans. Until we get education in our community to learn how to work effectively with homeless veterans using funding that they already have. Former Sergeant Army female veteran Marlene Wolf has a 2-bedroom voucher that will pay $1,901 minus whatever utilities she has to pay, because they all work the same, nation city by city, state by state. But it's still an investment that an investor can use. The problem is investors don't know how, and they want to know how. Realtors don't know how, and they should know how. Because as a realtor, it is our job to move people. If Marlene was here, I've got 2 very nice places for her to go to right now with gas stoves. They
And
don't
I
have
would
two bed.
go there.
I know, but she said you can't relocate because you haven't lived there with a voucher for a year. How the hell can you live there with a voucher for a year and nobody's approving your voucher to move anywhere?
Bumble clock.
That's it. That you can't get in anywhere because nobody's approving you to get anything.
Oh,
More fire.
That's
so
why I'm still in the tent. I'm still in my truck.
More
Yeah,
fire.
because when it comes down to it, I'm not getting in anything.
Almost. Charlotte.
nobody has approved you for housing.
Nope.
So if anybody is out there, you want to learn how to house homeless veterans, go to my bio and start buying my books and reading my books. I can't be the only one who has this knowledge. We need to house one homeless veteran at a time. If all realtors took one homeless veteran, there would be no more homeless veterans on these streets. There's funding in our communities with these organizations, with HUD, through HUD Vash, over $100 million circulating in our communities now, with 411 organizations that have received. But we have homeless veterans being access to get approved for anything. I'm coming. Oh Lord Jesus. So keep talking.
Yeah, when you mention that name, that's the only thing that keeps me going. Is our
Mention what
Lord
name?
Jesus.
Yes.
As the only thing that
Jesus
keeps me going
Christ.
on a daily basis.
Yep.
Because that man has
You and me.
always been on my side. Always.
Yeah. I screamed out this morning again, crying. You know, it angers me so, because I know what you're going through. I never had to take a bath in a creek, but I was homeless in my car several times. Several times. When I didn't have a car, I was on the bus and the trains. And then finally, I'm like, damn, let me just go back home to this abuser. It's rough. And all we need is one person to say yes in Charlottesville, Virginia, who will accept a 2-bedroom voucher to get a homeless veteran and her caregiver off the street. But people can always say, Marlene, well, we shouldn't have homeless veterans. We really? You think?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Show me.
Exactly. Exactly.
In other words, think of me being from Missouri, the show me state. Show me.
Yes. Yes. So let me get to this inspection. But tell the viewers anything you want to say. And then when I get home, again, I'm going to send those 31 private landlords an email to see if anybody now has some place for you to go in Charlottesville, Virginia. And keep reaching out to the National Association of Realtors, reaching out to the Charlottesville Association of Realtors and all of their associations to see if they have a realtor who wants to learn how to effectively house homeless veterans. It doesn't take it shouldn't take from April until November and still homeless.
You're right.
Yeah. All right, let me go because we have to go inside the place now.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Hey there.
Hi, how you doing?
Which house? Across America, too many of our heroes return home only